Bienvenidos a Evolution 2016.
Of the shape of a square, if you really want to find it. So look with care for the shape of a square. Look all around. Can you find it? Okay, now let's look around for a square. Is the door shaped like a square? No, it's shaped like a rectangle. It has two long sides and two short sides. If you really want to find it, so look with care for the shape of a square. Look all around. Can you find it? Okay, now let's look around for a square. Is the door shaped like a square?
Bueno, la primera vez que fuimos a Loveland, en Colorado, a casa de Stan Romanek, su esposa Lisa nos advirtió que ahí pasaban cosas muy raras. Sin embargo, pues yo soy un poco escéptico de estas cuestiones y pues no lo creí. Me comentó que a veces se abría el agua sola y que pasaban cosas extrañas, que una vez estaban con unos amigos, entraron a la casa y cuando salieron todos los muebles estaban pues prácticamente en el techo y cosas realmente inexplicables, ¿no? Me tocó ver a Guillermo muy espantado porque se le había prendido el automóvil solo.
Estábamos en la casa de San Romanek, que eran como las 11 de la noche. Habíamos trabajado todo el día con él. Yo salía un momento de relajamiento, fumando un cigarro. La calle estaba totalmente sola, oscura, y estaba la camioneta que habíamos rentado para viajar de Denver a Loveland, que está como a 150 millas. Saqué los cigarros del coche, cerré el coche. Ya cuando me dirigí a la casa de Romanek, al ir a entrar en la puerta, escuché claramente que el coche se encendía, que el motor arrancaba. Entonces regresé a la camioneta y efectivamente el coche estaba andando. ¿Te imaginas la impresión para alguien que se baja del coche y se arranca el coche? Y luego una de las ventanas se bajó, las ventanas eléctricas. Hasta la fecha me sigo acordando de eso y se me enchina el cuero.
My stepson got a birthday card. Ended up being a haunted birthday card. You open it up, it plays music. And we kept finding this in the middle of nowhere, and it'd start playing music. So I put it on the table, put a piece of tape down, so if it moved, I could see that it moved, and watch it. Hear the clicking. We see that this happened, and everybody just so excited. He sets up the camera again. He goes, well, just listen to him. It's funny.
Again, have a ball. Get playful. Be silly. Move a few things around over there by the computer. That was just great. Just enjoy your presence.
It's funny because they don't move the chair. You'll see this, and I pause it. You see this little orb, and I pause it. Could be dust, I'm not sure. Nobody's in the room, everybody's out. We made sure that we went in there in pairs to make sure nobody was doing anything. They didn't move the chair. They moved his camera. His camera was tightened down. Somebody had to put some force into that.
Meet professional demonologists Ed and Lorraine Warren.
A poltergeist can be terrifying. So anybody says that a poltergeist is mischievous, they better take a second look.
During their 50 years of hunting ghosts, Ed and Lorraine claim to have encountered hundreds of poltergeists. They've also been the subject of numerous books and have consulted on several high-profile cases, including the Amityville Horror.
Poltergeist is nothing more than a devil or a demon as far as we're concerned. People say, this guy's going back into the medieval ages. There are no such things as devils or demons. Yes, there are.
Next, Ed decides to confront the poltergeist alone.
Give me some sign. Is that you moving something? Give me some sign that you're here. What I did was use religious provocation. I have to provoke it into some type of outward manifestation. And that was my point in doing that. In the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to reveal your identity.
July 14th, 2005, more unexplained things started happening. Our house became haunted like you can't believe. One of the people involved in my case got some ghost hunters to come to our house. How many people here don't know what an EVP is? Raise your hand. Okay, for those of you that don't know what an EVP is, it stands for electronic voice phenomena. If you're a ghost hunter, you will have a digital recorder with you. They will ask questions to midair, and sometimes they get answers that they can't hear on these little recorders. We picked up this weird sound coming off this tape recorder, an EVP. My wife screamed and goes, "Oh my God, we have demons!"
Director's log. In order to contact the alleged spirit connected to the voodoo doll, we're placing one team at the woodpile while a second team covers the house.
I'm speaking to whatever force is in this house. We want to communicate with you. We want you to give us a sign of your presence.
All right, if there's anything down here, I'm here.
Why are you bothering this family? Were you ever human?
Hey, sir, just Ryan and Chip, are they walking around or are they sitting down?
Copy that, Chad. They are sitting down.
The f was that?
Okay, I'm hearing something.
Chad, is that you making that sound?
Negative.
Do something not harmful to anyone in this house or outside, and let us know that you are present.
Now that was interesting. Heard a growling sound. Can you do that again?
Serge, mark what time it is. There was just a real low, grumbling, growling sound down here. Yeah, there's something going on down here, bro. Straight up.
Hey, Ryan?
Yeah.
I just heard a couple of growling sounds coming from the basement. Chad reported the same thing as well.
Serge, tell Chad we're going to join him in the basement.
Copy that.
People seem to be accosted by a UFO in a fairly isolated setting. They are somehow tranquilized, they're unable to move, they're rendered submissive, and they're taken aboard a ship, often through a levitation beam. The people on board the ship usually are described as looking like the alien that I just showed you. They're very short, 3 to 4 feet tall, big heads, huge eyes, no genitals, vestigial mouth and nose and ears, in other words, not very much of those in evidence, and they stink. They smell like sulfur. Interesting smell.
Phenomenon as they took place became more and more ominous, and really a lot of it was centered in these 2 bedrooms. There was a time for probably about 7 months where we vacated these rooms completely. No one slept in them, because the entity really gravitated to these 2 rooms. And the entity, which would park itself here at night, had a very, very strong localized stench, as I can call it. It was a combination of a burning rubber and a sulfur smell.
I actually experienced that here too, and it was the first time I've ever experienced it. It's very eerie. It's like a packet of horrible odor that moves.
You know, the debunkers will say, oh, that's a laser light. Okay, really? Okay, I want you to look at this. Look where the doorway is. And you can see that the object is actually a three-dimensional object. It stops, changes colors, and in the original video, you can see the light reflecting off the TV as its object passes by the TV. And it goes down to where we're sleeping, which is really creepy.
And I have no clue what I just saw. None whatsoever. Holy... I was just talking to Nancy. Where'd it go? There it is. I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it.
Might have to turn this up a little
That's the same freaking orb. I gotta go over here and see if I can get it better. That is the craziest thing. There it is. There it is, there it is. I'm gonna zoom in, I'm gonna zoom in.
Lee and his family became concerned when they began to see strange apparitions.
We've had so many things happen here that's so unexplainable that what would shock you is pretty much normal, everyday things to us, you know.
Look closely at the tape. Rather than burglars, Lee caught something much more puzzling, bizarre lights appearing in front of his home. Here, two of them merge into one, then disappear. These strange lights are called orbs, says university professor and ghost hunter Renee Horath.
They're balls of energy that actually reflect light and that move around, and we associate this with spirit phenomena. It is interesting also that the orbs come in different shapes. That is, I would say, the most common type of apparition that we get.
Cats were hissing at something up on the stairs. All I saw was a shimmer of light. Took a picture of it. It seemed to absorb the light. It happened again. Get my camera, I see the shimmer, take a picture. Look, there's a shadow thing holding my remote. That's my remote, just right above the... It happens again. This time the cat's playing with it. There's a cat right there. And look, the shadow's casting a shadow.
They were experiencing strange occurrences in their house. In particular, this one guest bedroom upstairs. Doors closing and pictures being thrown off the wall, and crying and voices coming from this particular room upstairs.
Despite the family's refusal to ever enter the room again, Hobbit braced himself and went in alone with his video camera. Once inside, Hobbit said he felt that some force was directing him to an antique picture on the wall. The picture was a present from the husband's dead mother.
I was not alone. A black, transparent, shadowy mass of some sorts, of someone or something standing by the bed. I remember the look on the husband's face. He stands up and he's pointing at the television, shaking his head, going, "My God," he says, "that's exactly what I saw."
Hobbit even caught the apparition reflected in a mirror. This shot persuades many top researchers that we are witnessing a real ghost on tape.
¿Es posible que entidades y energías del universo se transfieran a un cuerpo humano en estado de trance hipnótico? Más aún, ¿pueden estas energías, una vez apoderadas del cuerpo, emitir mensajes?
Hopefully, I'm hoping some good information came forward. Did they answer whatever questions you had?
El uso clínico y científico de la hipnosis determina el fenómeno de trance hipnótico como verídico, es decir, un estado temporal de inconsciencia situado entre vigilia y sueño. Mientras el cuerpo permanece en letargo, se convierte en vehículo disponible hacia donde el subconsciente dirija o sea dirigido. Un recuerdo, un estadio o incluso un contacto. En entrevista vía Skype y con la investigadora Kim Trotman, hipnoterapeuta certificada y especializada en regresión de vidas pasadas, comenta sobre el estado de trance y la experiencia.
It basically just puts you in a different brainwave, an alpha brainwave, and that allows you to kind of access your more right side of your brain and the intuitive portion, and allows you to just access information that your left side of your brain suppresses.
La línea que divide el fenómeno de lo científico y lo esotérico es muy delgada. Y más aún la experiencia de quien logra el trance. Este puede ser inducido por investigadores reconocidos o autoprovocado por personas hipersensibles como una medium. Es el hipnoterapeuta Federico Barra quien habla sobre lo que experimenta una medium y la canalización de la energía.
La medium se pone en un estado de trance. Entonces su parte inconsciente domina todo su cuerpo, lo que hace que se pueda conectar con la conciencia más grande y entonces tener acceso a otras mentes.
Kind of accessing energies that aren't associated to a body. You know, there's someone that's passed over, or maybe some being that's never taken physical form, but you're not allowing them to take your body. You're just kind of understanding their information the same way we all read each other pretty much, you know.
El trance hipnótico ha estado vinculado al ser humano a lo largo de su evolución natural. Las referencias históricas vinculan al antiguo Egipto. Fue hasta principios de los 80s cuando la hipnosis ericksoniana comenzó a repuntar. Recordar que en el proceso de trance el cuerpo se encuentra disponible y el subconsciente en un estado de hipersugestión. La experiencia dependerá de la conexión que tenga el individuo con el universo.
You know, your body is one thing, your soul is something else. It's, you know, goes along the lines of possession, or people that think they're having revelations from God, or, you know, you know, the idea of sort of moving over and letting information come through you.
Con tales elementos, por lo ocurrido en febrero del 2013 con Stan Romanek, podría significar el primer intento de comunicación en la historia entre el ser humano y una entidad del universo.
El 10 de marzo de 2013, Mark Leone, amigo de Stan Romanek, recibió un extraño mensaje en su teléfono, el cual quedó grabado. Una voz mecánica generada por computadora convocaba a una reunión donde Stan Romanek debería someterse a un trance hipnótico, en el cual un supuesto ser dimensional hablaría a través de Stan Romanek. Viajamos hasta Loveland, en Colorado, donde las personas convocadas nos reunimos para escuchar la comunicación del supuesto ser extraterrestre. Minutos después, Stan Romanek entraría en un trance hipnótico, conocido como channeling en inglés, donde respondería a las preguntas de los que habíamos sido llamados a esta reunión. I have this question. Can I make them?
Yes.
Which is the meaning of life?
It is to the individual. What you ask is, why are humans here? Humans are of God. Humans are God. The oneness God, you call God. Humans cannot perceive of God, the oneness. Everything is connected. Humans are a part of that to experience this three-dimensional space. The oneness has expanded out to experience. Humans are part of that. Humans do not understand. They are more a part of that than most of life that is out there. Humans do not understand. They have a direct connect to source. They do not understand that what they believe they can manifest. Starseed understands this. We have talked about this. We'll talk about it again for you. Humans are here to raise up this third dimensional or third density vibration to experience for the oneness. Humans are of God. Humans must understand this. They must not be complacent. That is why they have forgotten. So they are not complacent. Complacent. Do you understand?
I do. Do you believe in God?
Not the same way you do, but yes. God, that is a term humans use. We believe in the words, starseed words, God, consciousness. Yes.
People in Mexico ask, why so much mystery? Why you hide and not present yourselves openly?
Because we cannot get directly involved. There are rules. Humans must do this themselves. They must bring themselves up. They must, it is a test before they are allowed into the great expanse. They must prove themselves. We cannot get involved. We hide. Some hide because they are doing things they are, devious, manipulative things to help themselves and not to the benefit of humankind, but ourselves. We do this because we can guide, and we do so regularly, but we cannot get directly involved, and we do not want to affect the consciousness of the human race by just appearing.